Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Healing Channel. I've been asked, because I get these emails. They come in slow, so you need to email me some questions or situations. But anyway, I've been asked, how do you know when it's time to let go? How do you know when trying your best isn't good enough? Well, I see two ways. Either the other person tells you verbally, or they tell you with their actions. Those paired with you knowing that you've done all you could and knowing when enough is enough. When you're tired, you'll know what to do or what you should do. With that being said, we have part 3 of the way she moves. They've had their differences. Then he thinks he's patched things up with the little romance and then showering her with attention and doing couple type things. To his surprise and wondering eyes, because he was being nosy, he sees she's still talking to someone else and used her sister to leave right after they did the deal. Ew. So, today I will read part 3 of 4. If you haven't tuned in, go back and listen to the other parts on the Healing Channel to catch up. You won't want to miss a segment. I don't profess to know or understand women. Let me make that clear. But I do my best. I was raised to respect women and not to invade their space too much unless they're asking us to invade their space without actually opening their mouths to ask. Yeah, so confusing, but I tried. I tried to be the best man for Alexandria. But that night, when she went to her sister's house, I knew then that things would never be the same. She came home around 4 a.m. and I had built up my courage and strength to ask all the questions I had in me. I wasn't scared of her, just scared of the unknown, scared of the answers, and scared that things would be flipped. And I looked like the bad guy who didn't give her time, space, and a listening ear. Oh yeah, and that I didn't try to tell her how to do any of the things listed. Seems nothing is or was enough. I've been listening to my DMX, some old school, Naughty by Nature, Drake, because he don't give a shit about nobody, and he apologizes at the same time, and a little of Ella May in her. I was trying to go over things in my head. I was fact-checking times and dates. I didn't want to be wrong, but I wasn't going to address anything that I wasn't almost sure about. She came in and I was waiting up. She jumped when she saw me sitting there with the light on. She didn't even give me a warm smile as I expected. She uttered, "What you want now?" She snorted and tried to pass me, but I stood in front of her. She said, "I don't have time for this." "Time for what?" She said, "What do you want?" "You! But it seems as if you don't want me anymore." And then she said, "I don't." Damn. Well, I guess he has his answer. People aren't usually that honest and upfront. That tells me that this has been over a long time before now. Wouldn't you agree? I guess we'll see right after a brief intermission and a poem by ForeverCreationsLLC titled "Own It, Woman." I just want to be who and what I was created to be. Nothing about my existence reeks of weak. Even my tears are boldly shed, and the scars I wear are internalized as food for thought. So my ability to think through experience and reason stays fed. Strong and bold are the words that describe me, and my mouth, yup, I speak my piece. So you'll never say you met me without leaving with a piece of me. I'm sound, solid in my given beauty. When you think I'm frail, it's just the way I handle the lean. Knocked down and got up, pushed aside but straightened up, slowed down then sped up, used and abused until I wisened up, underestimated till I showed up, looked over so I stood up, taken for granted till I spoke up. Now I'm in formation trying to keep my sisters up. I'm always going to hold my own, a total package. No need to worry about pleasing a you and someone accepting me. I'm not desperate. Life has proven that I got me, mentally and physically. I'm a growing entity, reaching new heights continuously. I've known since elementary, knowledge is the key. So I stay up on keeping up because that's how you lead. And if you've never failed, then you don't know how to respectfully succeed. Can't tell me what I'm not. I let my aspirations speak. And if you feel some type of way, that's your refusal to accept the inevitability of the energy I release. I make no apologies. I wear my hair naturally. I'm a mom exclusively. I am black for all eternity. I am woman, and I was meant to be. I'm going to continue to hold my head high righteously in my place like a queen is supposed to be. And if you can't respect that, then here's where you shouldn't be. Because I'm not looking for acceptance. I'm just popping my collar because I know me, one with self, unity. And what that means, my dear, is only I have the power to defeat or break me. And I'm not giving up that power. No one is worthy. That was it. I was shoved out of her way as she went into the bedroom. I followed just to see her packing things in a suitcase. Suddenly, I'd forgotten all I wanted to say and ask. I was hurt. My hurt turned to anger. I thought about some of the women I'd been with before her and those who kept trying to talk to me. I picked one and dialed her number, right in Alexandria's face. Hey, Portia, what you doing? Want to come through? I watched Alex's body shift. I saw her cut her eyes in my direction and slow her movements. Me? Nothing. Wanted to show you a good time. I chuckled, although she said nothing funny. In fact, she hadn't even seemed interested, but Alex didn't know that. Alexandria turned around and rolled her eyes. She went into the bathroom to collect toiletries. Portia agrees to come over, so I invade the bathroom to retrieve candles. I began lighting them, then turn on some music as if I'm setting a romantic scene. I was angry, but I wasn't showing it. I wanted to hit something. I wanted to fight whomever had Alex's attention that she didn't care that I was talking to another female. She gathers the final of her belongings and looks at me as she's grabbing her keys. Fuck you, Musa. Fuck you. Then she walks out the door and out my life. Portia comes over, and as we're sitting and talking, my mind is drifting. I can't unsee Alexandria's face when she'd uttered those final words. Portia's cool, but she's not Alex. Maybe I should tell her. Maybe I should call Alex. Maybe I should just... Usher sings. It's gonna burn for me to say this, but it's coming from my heart. It's been a long time coming, but we done been fell apart. Really wanna work this out, but I don't think it's gonna change. I do, but you don't. Think it's best we go our separate ways. Tell me why I should stay in this relationship when I'm hurt. And baby, I ain't happy, baby. Plus there's so many other things I gotta deal with. I think that you should let it burn. What would you do? What would you have done? Damn, I don't know. I really don't know. That was intense. Man, he was hurt. Maybe so was she in her own way that we don't have insight to. People do get really petty when they are hurt too. He gonna invite a woman over in her face. Have you ever done something really petty at the end of a breakup? Do you regret it? It's easy to tell someone how they should respond until you're the one in those shoes. What's something petty you've done at the end of a relationship? I can only imagine some of the stories. You can share them or any of your thoughts by commenting on my YouTube channel under this episode, or feel free to email me at ForeverCreationsLLC@gmail.com. You can remain anonymous if you like. Don't forget to also subscribe to my YouTube channel for exclusive content and where, if you leave feedback, you can get responses. Like and share. You never know. This may reach who it needs to. Until next time, I'll end it with the inspirational and informative speech by Forever Creations LLC titled Listening. See you next Thursday for another edition of The Healing Channel, where healing is not a momentary process, it's a journey. This your girl Sag Mom. I'll see you next week. Peace. Listening isn't hard. It's the deciphering of the words that can sometimes be hard. If a message is mistaken, then the actions and words that follow will also be misguided and possibly misconstrued. Words are also given from emotions that cause us to say things we wish we hadn't, or said them at the wrong time and in the wrong way. That's where ownership and responsibility comes in. If you listen to the actions of the other person or persons that follow your words, then it's obvious that something is either really right or very wrong. Sometimes you have to pay attention to body language and the detail of their actions, their twitches and stuff. You have to know the person. Listening isn't just about words, but actions. Somebody can say something 1,000 times, but if their actions say otherwise, then which do you listen to? Trial and error is a big tool in this listening game, and often you have to listen to yourself first before hearing what someone else is trying to say. The worst part of communicating is when someone is unwilling to hear another's opinions, point of view, thoughts, emotions, etc. There is no progression when you can't speak, and you regress when you don't listen. There are times when you have no idea what you've done to offend someone, but more often it's the immediate or shortly thereafter actions or and words that give you that key notion that you've messed up. It's a two-way street. One talks, the other listens, then you convey what you've heard and see if there are corrections. Then rebuttal or share your own views, opinions, etc. Then prepare to listen as they should be doing to you. And you have to repeat this. This is a cycle. This is trying to get to learn, to understand, to connect with other people, especially the ones you care about or the ones you have to do business with, because you don't want your money changing because you didn't know how to listen and receive information collectively. Interpersonal communication skills. Listening is the key. We have 2 ears for a reason. We should use it. Somebody needs to hear this. Listen up.